Hey everybody, this is Josh with Laystar Piano. Today we'll be talking about the value of creating your own music, why you should do it, and how it helps you. So, I'm not saying that you have to become a professional songwriter. You don't have to become some kind of Ed Sheeran, Taylor Swift, making these crazy huge hits for your songs. I'm talking about you sitting down at the piano and just experimenting. I think this doesn't get a lot of attention, and it absolutely should because experimenting on the piano helps you so much. Instead of just reading sheet music, working out of a method book every day, which is good, or practicing songs that have already been written, like popular songs, which is also good, working on your own creations helps you in a few different ways. Okay. First of all, when you sit down at the piano, and you're not practicing technique, you're not practicing a song, you're not doing something that's already created for you, and you're just making up your own thing, that is the ultimate level of creativity. So when you're a piano player and you sit down at the piano and you improvise something that you like, or you try to even write down a song, so it's not really improvised, but you actually write it down and you have it, everything's predetermined and you play that, that's the greatest level of creativity. Okay. That's the ultimate way of expression is through music itself. It's the ultimate way of, in my opinion, showing emotion when you're playing piano. Okay. So that's one thing is you can unlock your creativity, you can unlock your emotion, really express yourself, however you're feeling at the piano when you make up your own music. Second thing it's going to do is it's going to help your music theory a ton. And I'm not talking like you sit down at the piano and you say, okay, I'm in the key of C major. So I'm going to play the 5 chord, the 4 chord, the 6 chord, and the 1. Okay, I'm not talking like pre-planning it. I'm talking about literally just sitting down, experimenting, hitting random notes, random chords, seeing what sounds good, seeing what doesn't sound good, and going from there. And it's going to be frustrating at first, probably for a little while, because the things you're playing are probably not going to sound good if you're literally just sitting down, kind of hitting random notes. But the good thing is that you can tweak one thing, like that sounds pretty good, right? And what is that? It's just A major chord over D, let's say. That sounds pretty good. Then you can maybe adjust something, change one note. Okay, that doesn't sound good, right? That B flat doesn't sound good. So now you move on to the next thing. And that's kind of how you work it out. You just literally play something random on the piano. Some kind of chord is how I would suggest you start. Play any kind of random chord and then try to play another inversion of a chord next to it. So it's going to help your music theory a ton because you're going to be understanding the chords that you're playing. You're going to understand what sounds good and why. Okay, it's going to help you understand all that. It's also going to help you with your chord inversions. So you're not going to be playing root position chords all the way up and down the piano because you're going to be trying to improvise and making up your own song. So you're going to be able to use inversions to help you transition into the next chord much more easily. You can also add in a little bit of melody pieces as well. You can try to experiment with different bass patterns. You can play fifths in the left hand. You can arpeggiate in the left hand. You can do the root fifth and then the root again on top. You can practice all of these different things while you're playing chords in the right hand or playing some kind of melody. You can play your chords in the left hand and play the melody in the right hand. It just unlocks everything. And I really enjoy it because when you find something that works, when you're like, damn, that sounds pretty good, you just created something out of thin air. And it's a really good feeling to have because it's your own creation. You didn't get that from anywhere else. That did not exist before you played it. And I think that's a really cool feeling, even though there's how many songs out there, thousands and thousands of songs. You will find a new pattern, a new melody, a new chord progression that has never been played before, or at least we don't know about it if it has been. Okay. So it's your own creation. And when you get that feeling and it actually sounds pretty good, you're like, damn, that could be a real song. It's a really good feeling inside yourself because it's your creation again. So I think everyone should dedicate some time in their practice routine to that, to just playing random things on the piano, seeing what sounds good, seeing what doesn't. You can even write these things down, make it into like a chord chart, or if you can write sheet music, then you can write down the actual notes that you develop as well. And it's just another fun thing that you can add into your practice sessions. And again, once you hit that note or that chord that sounds really good, it's going to be such a great feeling for you, and you're going to be working on your technique and your music theory at the same time. So I would say at least 5 minutes a day. Work on creating your own thing. Try to improvise a little bit as well, um, if you can. That's going to really help your piano playing in the future. My name is Josh with Lake Star Piano.